right. Tick. AIG. Facebook. What's happening? What is today? Wednesday? Wednesday.
17th.
All right. Breakdown on the schedule. We are here today. In Florida tomorrow. Florida tomorrow. Which tomorrow's date?
Tomorrow's Tuesday, the 18th.
The 18th. 18th tomorrow. 19th and 20th, I will be in South Beach. We are at Karate Combat. So I'll be there. GSP's there, Boss Ruten's there, and we get to see some crazy ass fights, which I am so excited about being part of. We're going to do some press on Friday, meet the fighters and everybody, and then see the fights on Saturday. Sunday off, back up to North Carolina to film Blue Ridge with Jonathan Sheck. So I'll be there for a few days. From there, up to New York. We've got a couple collabs in New York, over to Ohio for another visit, stop in, and maybe a first see for this kid on something, and then back to LA. Followed up with Boise, Idaho the week after for guest posing, stepping on stage, pose it up, and giving a completely different physique than I have walked on stage in years. So I'm trying to come with this, I guess you would say, this 1970s kind of era look. Steve Reeves, like, oh, sheesh. I think Steve was late 60s even. But a more, I don't know, pleasant physique for the majority of the mass. It won't be all vascular. I just want muscle on muscle on muscle with a good shape that's appeasing and not too crazy. And then again, not a lot of vascularity or anything like that. Something that's more marketable in the mainstream world. So that is it for me. And this is all created again through the stuff I share with you guys here on YouTube and Facebook. And you guys can get all that information over on, yes, YouTube. We give all that information for you guys. Now, if you want to step it up, take it up a notch, maybe go, okay, I hear you talking about it. I see you doing it, but I want to incorporate this in for myself. And how do I do that? How do I incorporate the power bodybuilding principles into your training? And the nutrition is all one philosophy. And how can we change that? Well, that's easy enough. That will take place right over here on the private group on the Facebook. And that private group is going to allow you to have any of the workouts that I have put together. And it's also the only place through the Titan app is that you can get those workouts. I am no longer over at Fit Plan. Those will be cease and desist over there. But don't worry, all the plans that you have fallen in love with over the years is over on the Titan app. So that is right here. And again, for you guys, snake it in the bio. Get in there, slither in there, grab it, click it, rub it down, any way you want to do it. And then what I'll do is I will, if need be, we will alter it in whatever way to make sure that you're changing and it fits what you need, not what everybody else needs, but just specifically what you need. That's a fun word to say. Specifically. What else we got, Jeffrey? What do we got cooking today? We did some great collaborations this week.
Yeah, do they know about yesterday?
They don't know about yesterday. I don't know. I think the IG knows about yesterday because that thing exploded. I went to sleep, woke up the next morning up 30.
Oh, yeah.
30 G. What?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it exploded. So IG probably knows. TikTok with the nice hat. And then I don't know if the Facebook people realize this, but we did an incredible collaboration. Check out IG stories to see that. Let me just leave it ambiguous in the meantime for you to get some curiosity to what we collaborated and why did it explode so much. But it's over on my IG stories with some fun stuff. And then today we just got back from a fun ass workout. And I did put up something to my community and said, hey, it is leg day. And that means that I did legs twice in the last 7 days. And the reason I wanted to say that is so you guys can feel good about going to do a body part twice a week. And the reason I say that is because you should not be doing that all year long, right? Let me get a amen on that one. And that's because that would mean you're most likely overtraining like a madman, thinking that that's going to make you a superhero, and that's not. It is actually the patience when it comes to creating a physique. And I know that's an odd thing to think about as you're young. As you get older, you kind of grasp that concept that you can't force things to happen. But as a youngster, I know that I sure tried to force it to happen. And that means I would train no matter what, 2-3 hours until my body just couldn't take it again. And it didn't get me physically. Okay, no, physically and mentally, it put me at the 1%ers, but it didn't make my body grow where it could have. But maybe it helped me mentally. But again, mentally is great, but breaking down your body at the end of the day is not what I don't think anybody should be doing. And breaking it down to the point where it's not recovering. Obviously, breaking it down and allowing it to recover makes you stronger, better, longer, and separates you from the masses. And that's what true longevity is. Go for it, Jeffrey. What do you got for me? Don't worry, that's just Heath Evans calling. I will bypass it. Heath Evans call. Keep going. From Russia with love.
What is your opinion about the elliptical machine?
Oh, okay. So that's a good point. He says, the question is, what do I think about elliptical machines? Here's the great thing. I think if you're doing like leg day, back day, and you threw in some deadlifts and rows, on those days, I'm cool with the elliptical, especially on leg day. I'm cool with the elliptical, something a little easier on the joints. Yeah, so I like it on those days. Heart rate's heart rate, right? So on those days, I don't mind that. On other days, I would rather the treadmill, get a little bit more of an incline walk or a step mill. A step mill is great. But elliptical is great. One thing I would do is just whatever piece of equipment you do have, it goes to heart rate. Be smart about it. I'm not a hit cardio kind of guy.
What do you like? Cream of rice? Isn't it just carbs? That was literally.
Is that the question? What do I think of cream of rice? I think it's great. Yeah, it's great. Clark Bachman. Have you ever worked with Peter North? Goodbye. Anybody into karate combat? So they are incredibly growing. Now here's some numbers that I was told, which is amazing to me. Karate combat is actually getting better numbers than UFC on views, which is I didn't even know, which is amazing. But I see that's why it's grown so fast. And I don't know what the numbers are on bare knuckle, the bare knuckle fighting, but it seems like I would assume both of those are doing extremely well. So it's going to be pretty cool to see this in person, because one of those things is I can appreciate, mostly because I'm a grappler, I can absolutely appreciate the chess match of the grappling and the rolling and the ground control. But at the end of the day, entertainment's entertainment, and some nice kicks to the head or punches to the face. It's really testosterone boosting excitement. So I will enjoy this weekend tremendously. And then Mona's a fan of anything. I don't know if you guys know this. Here's an odd thing about Mona. So you know a lot of these Asian martial arts movies with subtitles, that's her favorite. Believe it or not, that's her favorite type of movie. If we see a movie on Netflix or something and it's martial arts Asian subtitles, we're watching that. You know, it don't matter. It's actually pretty badass to have your girl like that kind of a savage. Then she tries some of the kicks and shit on my head later that day, but you know, gotta take the good with the bad. I'm confused. What is this guy saying? I want to see if my eyes are right. Go for it, Jeffrey.
What the fuck? You're wasting time asking if he's
Recover machine for cardio. What would you recommend for rowing machine for cardio? Would you recommend? Okay, another question about cardio. Go for it. For the fans. The rowing machine for cardio. Would I? No, I wouldn't. The shoulders seem to have less of a time on usage or more mileage. The shoulders seem to get trashed on humans much quicker than knees do. Interesting. I think the knees are just a stronger development joint. But yeah, I see too much. Here's the thing with cardio. Cardio is going to be something that you're trying to get your heart rate to burn some fat for a period of time, right? And so I would try to do it in the most least damaging way. And I know that nobody thinks cardio is damaging, but if you're doing cardio over and over again, it's mileage. It's still mileage on the body. And that mileage adds up. Go talk to an old jogger that ran on the pavement for 30, 40 years. Their knees and back are shot. And so for the rowing, for me, is just a little extreme. You're trying too hard. It's one of those things. It's like bringing the step mill closer to the show. Maybe start out with the elliptical. If you like the rowing machine, cool deal. But again, I think it's such a secondary exercise. Try to do the most basic, easiest things possible. And I'm not that far away from just saying, hey, if you're not doing any cardio and you're going out for walks, I'm cool with that. Stan Effort and Mark Bell going out for a walk to get that heart rate kind of going. If you can get your heart rate into that fat burning zone. Thanks for the question, guys. Appreciate that. Mona is on the summer shred. She is looking ridiculous. Again, I'm guessing less than 2 weeks from stage. I finished out my dry out, basically stepped on stage. Yesterday was my stage in the sense of the dry out. So I'm back onto the 30-day blitz, and I will be for the next week. And then it's right back in to the dry out again for stage at the Boise, Idaho NPC show.
How about this?
Come here.
Looking handsome. Your face is bright, bro. Tell us about the skin routine, Mike. Shout out to Dr. T.
Oh, Dr. T, my man. Hello, Playboy.
Dr. T's in town.
Dr. T, come here. Let me get you.
What's happening? Oh. Get closer.
Don't get too close now.
Why not?
My T level is up.
I like your skin. Look at your skin.
Yeah.
It looks so
A
young.
little glow on that. It was a good question. I am a sunblock guy. Today I got nothing on. And it's that bare skin. Got spray tan the other day on Monday to Sunday, whenever. So it's got a little bit more of a glow probably. But more than anything else, keep it moist. So that's night lotions, it's serums, it's vitamin C, it's moisturizers.
Mhm.
Take care of it. Unfortunately, for everybody that thinks I'll take care of it when I get older, when the damage is there, I can't help you on that aspect of it. Anything and everything I'm done. And the reason I'm able to do what I've done today at this level, you can always get better at any age. But at this level is because of what I did. And I was not a young teenager that didn't listen to my elders. I actually only listened to the elders. And I think that's one thing that I've noticed, like from people like Kobe Bryant and these others that have really, we've lost Kobe, but these guys that really listened to the older guys that were there and then applied it at such a young age where most young kids don't apply anything. It's such a sad thing to see, because it's like the silly thing about, they go, youth is, what do they say? Youth is wasted on the young. And the reason why I think the elders say that is because when you become older and you go, holy shit, if I knew this when I was that age, I would rule the world. And that's kind of a true statement. But the great thing about you youngsters is I only need a small few of you youngsters to take the knowledge from Robbie Robinson, the Lou Ferrigno's, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers. Take the small knowledge, and you small individuals in a young age, take that and you run with it. You guys are going to be savages. You guys will be beating everybody in 10 years, applying it at that young age.
You want me to tell you a Romanian joke?
Tell me a Romanian joke. You want to tell the donkey joke
No.
or the horseshoe joke? She has some great stories. Great stories.
I kind of covered everything on here. I'm
Yep.
only sitting back and enjoying my egg whites and chicken with salsa.
Can you tell them what you're going to make me on this next meal?
Yeah.
After you finish. Don't do it now.
Don't do it now.
No, don't. Finish your
Are
meal.
you ready to eat though?
I'm about to. Yeah, I'm about to savage this down. I did my 3 scoops of protein
Yeah, you
with
did.
my glutamine,
Mhm.
BCAAs, or as I call it, the special sauce.
Should girls take glutamine?
Yes, girls should take glutamine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if they want to be savages.
Mm-hmm.
They should take their branch chains, their EAAs, their C, their B. What are some of the vitamins that Dr. T, who's on here, talked to you about that you need to take to get better blood markers?
First of all, we did a lot of stuff differently for me because the thyroid. So we did
It really
K2
focused. Okay.
with take it together with vitamin D. So if you combine those two,
Not my D, vitamin D.
vitamin, if you combine those two, apparently they have a different effect on the body.
I think
So
it D helps the vitamin
yeah.
K2.
And selenium, zinc, folic acid, DHEA. I mean, hello. I've been taking that daily. Red rice, is it, Jeff? Right? I've been taking that, and you stole mine because I think we're running out of.
I think I
yeah,
did too.
You took my
But
vitamin.
you started really changing up your vitamin
Uh,
intake after we got your blood markers back,
recently,
and your
yeah.
blood markers were not that bad,
Mm-mm.
and you still did a load of vitamins.
Because
make
after
sure.
we looked at my blood markers
Yes.
with some of like Dr. T and some of the doctors, Dr. Gabrielle, and we talked to people, they actually said, including Stan Afriden, when we send them the information, how much better I would feel and my body would feel if I actually take vitamins. And I said to myself, I will take the vitamins, I'll give it a few weeks, and then I'm going to do the blood work again to see the difference. And I just did the blood work and I'm waiting on the results.
And
Honestly,
we're gonna do another blood work for me, right?
Yeah.
Can we do
Yes, we
this?
are.
Can we do this slow? I don't know. Jeff showed me some kind of stuff on Twitch that's really, really weird. You guys know about that stuff? Just gonna talk slow and quiet here for a second.
Jack.
I can't run the mic. All right. Any more questions, guys, before we get out of here today? I do want to say that I'm going to do another blood work here when I'm back from this movie and the guest posing. And the reason why I wanted to compare those, and which I think, well, it's fun for me. I love it. I get to see and put up video of me on stage in posing trunks, looking the way I'm going to look. And then I get to put up the blood work that is relevant to that moment. And so I'll do the blood work right after or right before, whichever is best, for us to show, I guess, after. That way there won't be any kind of doubters. where the testosterone levels at, where the free testosterone, what's my thyroid is working, blood pressure, cholesterol, all those kind of fun factors. And what we'll do with this video today, Jeff, is we're going to put this over on the Adventures of HRT with the Mr. and Mrs. Universe here. And we'll put that over there just to kind of keep going on this little level of what we're doing for our blood work and making sure that we are optimal. I love the word that optimal. And one thing that I just saw Andrew Herberman talking about is, and this is for anybody out there that is wondering about what they should do, how they should move forward to make their bodies optimal. I think the one thing you should do is do the most you can prior to doing whatever. If there was a doctor that recommended anything, try to do as much as you possibly can prior to that, before just going from not taking care of yourself, not eating right, not losing that body fat, which Stan always talks about. What will help these markers get better? Lose some weight, get in shape, exercise. So do as much as you possibly can before jumping into the next step of your life. And so make sure that you have that time, that you're willing to do that. Because I think one of the things that really shocked me this year is, and I think everybody can say this, is when you used to go to the doctor and you have high cholesterol, a doctor is not there to suggest change for you. They're just going to give you medicine. And please feel free to argue this point. But I've never heard of somebody going to the doctor, your family doctor, and he says, well, you got some issues, you got high cholesterol, and them say, well, what should I do? Take this medication, it'll get your cholesterol down. And I wish for me that a doctor would say, right now, go home, change the way you eat, change your habits. Let's see if we can get it down in some fashion of changing your habits. Come back and see me. You come back and see him. It didn't change. Get on the medication. Cool with that at that point. But I'm hoping that, and I'm still discovering this for myself, on why there wouldn't be a moment where give everything you can on correcting things the best you can with the most basic tools that are given to you. And I think that's one reason I really respect Stan Efferdin's advice to people, is because, and he sent me over an email. I asked him questions and he sent me over an email. And the questions was basically, it's a pretty simple thing. I asked him 2 best supplementation vitamins over the counter, kind of not even over the, just at the grocery store, vitamins to change thyroid, help testosterone. And he came back on most of the statements was, well, besides exercise and eating right and getting some fat off of you, then go to these 2 vitamins. But he always started with the basic. What's your thought on that?
I mean, you know me, I've never taken vitamins ever in my
But you
life.
also don't take medicine.
I don't. I just let the body deal with it because I don't really get
What do you think
sick.
about the advice from a doctor when somebody, because you have friends,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of these girls and guys that
Mhm.
go into the doctor and they see the doctor and the doctor says, well, your thyroid's messed up. Here you go.
Yeah. Well, I had my experience with the thyroid doctor, and I
Oh, that wasn't a good one.
Yeah, it wasn't a good one because I think if it wasn't for you, my thyroid would
wanna
be
tell them?
out. Well, yeah, I was. I have a hypothyroid. Well, I had a hypothyroid issue, and I went to the doctor, and they said I have Graves' disease. I'm like, what is
Go
that?
check out what Graves' disease
Yeah,
looks
I'm
like.
that sounds horrible. Graves' disease. I said, my
Before she's jumping past this.
Yeah.
She went to see an expert
Mm-hmm,
in the medical field
mm-hmm,
that works with thyroid.
mm-hmm,
And that specialist said, you have Graves' disease.
And she looked at me and she said, had your husband told you that your eyes are bulkier? Or I'm like,
Bulging.
No, bulging, whatever. I was like, no. I said, are they? Looked in the mirror. I'm like, my eyes are still small. And I said, what are the symptoms? She goes, well, eyes first. And then she kept telling me all this symptoms.
Seriously, go check out what Graves' disease looks like.
And she said, you have to schedule your surgery immediately and remove the thyroid because you have Graves' disease and we need to get rid of that like now. So I came home and I said, well, I have to get surgery. My thyroid is coming out. And Michael?
So she told me this, and it was a very urgent. The doctor was like, I demand
Yeah.
you go home, make the schedule, do the surgery, and get your thyroid removed.
Mhm.
You'll be tenfold better. And so
Well, apparently a hypothyroid is worse than a thyroid that's slower. And, it could aggravate your body at a point where you could like really be in danger, from what I understand, if you read up on it.
what
But-
I loved is it was an expert in their
But,
field
yeah.
and this said this, and she came home. I said, absolutely not. We did a couple changes to the nutrition. We took a little bit of supplements. We said no to the doctor. Months later, we continued forward with
Mhm.
our baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had our baby. Everything came out, and it's perfect. And her thyroid is
Regulated.
It's
Mhm.
fine. During this whole process, so we didn't remove it. We didn't do the operation. The point of that is I talked to an expert, and I think that all of us would be disappointed to hear that even experts are wrong.
Mhm.
We found out a year afterwards that lady actually lost her job
Mhm.
as the head over
Not
at
because of me.
UCLA, not because of you, but it's interesting how quickly doctors go from, you have an issue, I think you do, let's just fix it, let's get it done, it's a high blood pressure or
Surgery.
this,
Yeah.
let's get surgery. It's like, holy shit.
I'm so glad.
End of the day, they're still people.
Yeah.
They make mistakes, they assume that every person is the same, and that's not what we want you guys to do.
Yeah, I've met people that said that they needed back surgery. Oh, somebody told them,
Patrick
hey,
Warbuck.
Yeah, it's an immediate back surgery.
Fuse the
yeah.
back together.
And look, and they never did the surgery, and they fixed the issue. So this, like, guys, when it comes down to it, the doctors, what I feel like most of them, what they do is they read up a lot, and they're like robots. They're only going to tell you what they learned in school, and they're still learning through their career. They still.
I also
still
believe that
researching.
it's the 90%. Jeff's
Right.
over here blocking you guys. Guys, just FYI on your the live stream here. I am so cool with you talking some smack. I love it. Bring it. Talk your shit. Do your thing.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, the people that are behind the camera over here do not tolerate it. I don't mind it. Talk all your shit you want, but he's going to block you, and that's going to keep you off the page forever. So, and there's a $10,000 reboot to get you back in. So, and that goes to them. So do your best. Most people just want to get the problem solved. That's why most people will just take the medicine if they have high blood pressure, take the medicine if they got a problem with cholesterol, take the medicine or joint pain. If you got joint pain, just take the medication or painkillers. I'm asking you not to. I'm asking you to try to invest in yourself, to try to do and change your habits the very best you possibly can. And then you can optimize your body, optimize it as much as you want. You want to be the $6 million man, which probably nobody here is that age remembers that. Best jumpsuit in the world. But anyways, I digress. Get going, work on yourselves, get your stuff going. And again, if you want Mona's workout plans or my workout plans, they're only available now on the Titan workout app. If you want to work with Mona on nutrition, because I'm too hard on you, that's fine. Or you want to work with me, it is in the Titan crew. And again, the link is on the page right here for you guys. For you guys, believe it or not, whoever needs to hear this, links in the bio. All right. And then we're out of here. Again, optimize your body, make it the very best you can. That's true longevity. And we'll talk to you next time. Do you want to pose it out? You want to do the raw?
Raw, back in
Ooh.
stock. Raw, back in stock.
Is this back in stock?
It is back in stock. We just got this yesterday,
Oh, you can't
and
do
the
that.
color is a little different. Why you want me to, guys? Should I?
That jawline's on, kid. What's going on?
Should I?
Don't do it.
Here
Why
we
you gotta
go.
be like that?
Here we go.
What's
Okay.
with the split right
It's
here?
the shred. Have you heard of the 6 with summer shred? That's
Did you slur
right.
that all together? Or is that your
6
accent?
weeks summer
Some
stretch.
of that. She sells down by the seashore. Peace out.